All right, see you guys in like 3 weeks.
Little did I know, 3 days after that, my life was gonna change forever. I was so naive to what was building around me. Looking back on it, I can't believe how secure I felt. Sometimes the biggest threats are the people closest to you. Before I can tell you exactly what happened, there's some things you need to know that I've never told you before. I came up with this show 4 years ago in 8th grade. I have the receipts. I messaged my brother on Canvas with this new, bright idea for a show where all he would have to do is follow me with a camera. In hindsight, that was my first mistake. You see, every now and then I would give my brother cameos, side bits, sketches if you will. But soon, he wanted more. At first, I brushed it off. That was my second mistake. But then, he kept asking me if he could do interviews too. By episode 4, I caved. From then on, he did more interviews in episode 5, episode 7, and in the finale. But to be honest, I was infuriated. I let my own ego tell me that it wasn't okay to share the spotlight with him. That brings us to present day. In episode 1, I told you guys the reason we were back was because the studio renewed us. The truth is, I got many offers for a renewal over the years, but it wasn't until I could get past this petty feeling that I could finally get on with season 2. And I did. Or so I thought. It was a normal day, sunny, nice out. Me and Kagan were looking for locations to film the next episode of Just Follow Me. I had landed on the classic iconic location in episode 1. So there we were, ready to film, when suddenly, Caden asked me, "Can I do the intro this time?" I looked at him for a second, shocked at what he had said. Breaking the silence, he looked at me and said if he couldn't do the intro for Just Follow Me episode 7, he was gonna quit. All I could muster was to stare at him in silence. And so, he walked away. Naturally, this put me into a depressed state. So, I went to my sad place, a place where I would frequently go when I felt upset. Just Follow Me hate comments, harsh critics on IMDb, budget cuts from the studio, the usual stuff. But this was different. I sat down and almost cried, but honestly, I couldn't even muster a tear. Then this girl was walking by and looked at me and told me to get the frick out of here, and she was really mean, and she said she actually hates Just Follow Me and that our episodes are like the top worst days of her life. And you know, I don't know what that was about, but anyways, I went back to Martin to start filming the intro. But as I was starting to, a mysterious man came out of the bushes and started approaching me. His expression was seemingly friendly, but I could feel this darkness around him. "Can I help you?" He looked at me and said, "I'm a representative from the studio, and they have a message for you." I was honestly shocked to be in front of a studio rep. I had never even stepped foot into one of their offices before. Even though I do work for them, the studio has always been mysterious to me. Anyways, he told me that the studio executives did not like that Caden quit. He continued that if I don't get Caden back on the show, and if the ratings of the next episode drop even a slight bit, the studio will cancel my show. I told him that I wasn't sure if I could do that, but the man had already went back into the bushes. So now, I had to get him back if I wanted to continue the show. But where was he? He left earlier but didn't tell me where he went. And what's worse, he wasn't answering the phone. That's when I realized, I can always find him. We have telepathic twins, not we cousins power. So, I located him using my telepathy, then I teleported to his location. If you don't remember I can do that, see episode 1. And there he was, across the field. Although I knew where he was, I was confused why he was here of all places.
"I've been expecting you."
Apparently he knew I was coming. Why, Caden? Why can't you be content with what you have?
"Because you're trying to put the viewers against me."
Your anger and lust for power have already done that.
I met a studio rep today. He said I would be a much better host for Just Follow Me. And I agree.
Suddenly, I remembered the dark presence of the studio rep from earlier, and I understood what it was. You've allowed this dark lord to twist your mind. Until now, you've become the very thing you swore to destroy.
I don't fear this darkness as you do. I brought peace, freedom, justice, and joke security to my show.
Your show?
Don't make me kill you.
Whoa, King, what?
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You will try.